So, one thing I was thinking.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
It doesn't make a ton of sense, my theory from last time, that the events that are being depicted are as Battler would have seen them and filled in the blanks, knowing what he had heard over the telephone.
Okay.
But it would make sense if it was what the family members would have thought of their beloveds, and so on. Like how Shannon might have seen that George would have done, and George would have seen that Shannon might have done, and so on.
Okay.
More of the seeing with love thing.
Yep. Makes sense.
I don't know.
And also, to back up my go-to-tryst theory from last episode.
Yeah?
Remember, Virgilia is out here walking about, but Kumasawa is currently locked away in the shed. Remember, they did that? So, it's entirely plausible for Goda to be out walking about, too. And therefore, Goda is the one unaccounted for demon that I haven't figured out yet. So, Goda is the gap.
I see.
And we got there through process of elimination. Anyway, hashtag go-to-trips. Anyway, who's ready for me to talk to myself for a bit?
I don't know why you're so mad, Battler.
You don't! Everyone was killed! Look at that damn geezer! Who's saying something crazy about Beatrice's resurrection ceremony or whatever?
So by now, 13 people have been offered as sacrifices. It's already time for Beatrice to revive, right?
Sure, that sounds great. I'll find Beatrice too and kill them both. It'll be a murder party. You want to come?
Am I invited?
No, you're not supposed to be here yet. Also, I'm not supposed to know who you were because I'm not mad about that. It's too confusing. We survived the ceremony, so we'll
Oh, it's a terrible time for the curse. We survived the ceremony, so we'll receive an invitation to the Golden Land from Beatrice. Over there, all wishes will be granted. If having your family killed is painful, then you just have to resurrect them. That's what I plan to do. Revive the really nice real mama, the one that isn't possessed by the black witch.
Maria, are you okay?
As a matter of fact, no. So mama will always be with me. There won't be any more overtime or working on days off. She'll always be with me and only think only of me. And she'll always fight against fearsome enemies for my sake.
There's something wrong with you. Why are you saying something so incomprehensible in a situation like this?
Didn't Carrie just tell you, Battler? Didn't she tell you to believe in the witch?
Fuck!
How does she know that?
Right? Maybe she heard it on the phone, but absolutely they're being so heavy-handed about it now. But like, after last chapter, now it's so obvious. Fuck!
Yeah, Battler said a naughty word.
Wait, in this chapter, everybody gets to swear.
It's about fucking time. This is no time to get into an argument with you over something like this. No, there are no hostages or anything. Anyone left alive. This weird, shitty ceremony game is already over. It's like Danganronpa. I think. I've never actually played it.
That's fair. It's not out yet.
Let me do what I want now. Someone might still be alive. Or someone might be hiding. I'll search everywhere. I'll find them and beat the shit out of them. In a rage, Battler grabbed his hat stand spear and flew out of the room. The hat stand he's been using as a spear. Jessica knew he was proud of it.
Yeah.
Maria watched him go, looking bored.
Even though Beatrice will grant our wishes soon anyway. Stupid Battler.
At that time, the phone rang out again. Maria stood up and grabbed the receiver.
Yeah, whoop. Hello, this is Maria speaking. Even. Of
course, the sound of the phone also reached Battler's ears as he was about to dash out of the house. The violent forcefulness, he returned around and dashed into the cousin room. Maria! Who was the phone call? Who was phone? With a terrifying look on his face, Battler yelled at Maria, who was on the phone. You couldn't blame him. Right now, the only humans left alive on the island were himself, Maria, Goda, and Kumasawa. See? And there's no way those two could call after being locked up in the gardening storehouse. Which meant there was only one person left. It had to be Kinzo. After continuing her pleasant chat with the person on the other end of the phone for a while, Maria slowly turned to face Battler. Then with an unsettling expression on her face, she laughed. and almost as felt as though the person on the other end of the line was chatting about Badler.
Excuse me, Chandler.
This is not the time! Maria, who wants phone? Grandfather? Badler couldn't imagine that this was the case. After all, it was inconceivable that Maria would talk intimately with Kinzo, and that she would be chatting about Badler with that eerie smile on her face. So just what kind of person would be on the phone who could make Maria chat with a smile like that? At that time, in the back of his mind, the words Kyrie had spoken to him drifted up. If a witch does appear, there's no need to doubt it. Just believe that it exists.
Yep, Badler just came back. He sure is jumpy. Nyeh.
Maria! Who is on the fucking phone? Who is it?
Hand it over. Sure. Here, Badler.
To getting the consent of the person on the other end, she held the receiver out to Badler.
Here you go.
Maria held the receiver out for him to take as though it was perfectly normal. Badler hesitated just a little bit before taking the receiver. After all, by accepting the existence of the person on the other end, he'd have no choice but to acknowledge them. As Kyrie said, there's no longer any need to doubt that they exist. Badler took the receiver. As he did, Maria briskly left the room. Badler, who was a bit scared to find out for sure who was on the other end of the receiver, questioned Maria before taking the call.
Hey, where are you going? To where my test is. I wonder who the next Deuteronomy family head will be. Badler or me. Nyeh.
Don't go! You'll be killed!
I won't be killed. The ceremony's already over. And even if I'm killed, I'll be revived. Whether one of us becomes the head or not, we've already been invited to the Golden Land. See you. It's pretty poggers if you ask me.
Wait! No! That's not poggers at all! What is the opposite of poggers? Someone help me out here. Maria! Badler stretched his hand out to Maria's back as she left. What? You look like you're going to say something.
If pro is the opposite of con, then poggers is the opposite of Congress.
Check and mate. But the cord of the receiver he was gripping stopped him, just like a chain. He readied himself. Badler put the receiver to his ear. Hello?
Is your refrigerator running?
Congratulations! What? And I'm fine. And you?
Screwed up, mocking English filled his ears. Also this music.
Yeah.
It was the voice of a woman he didn't know, whose theme song was currently playing. Who was it? The inside of his head was starting to freeze up. Who was it?
What do you mean, who is it? Ushiromiya Battler. Normally, you'd answer, yes, I'm fine, right? That takes me back. You do that one in middle school, right?
What?
That thing you do in pairs.
You're insane! Who the fuck are you? Answer me!
Say it in English. Isn't that your specialty?
Don't fuck with me! Who are you? Oh my god! Look at that angry battler face! We've never seen that one before.
That's true. Also, point of order. Point of order.
Yeah.
Oh my god! That one's good!
That one's good. Better.
So, who knows that English was his specialty from middle school, and he would say silly things in English in socially inappropriate circumstances? The cousins and Shannon.
And Kyrie?
Oh. Yeah, I guess Kyrie probably
and
knows
Rudolph?
his direct family members.
Yep.
But not everybody. Only certain people would
Yep.
know, and only certain people have brought it up.
Yep.
Huh.
I'm with you on that one, yeah. But I'm digging the fucking the track that Beto's getting here. This is great. An underling of that damn geezer?
Underling is a mean way to say it, is it not? At least say prisoner. And Kinzo is my prisoner. Right?
That last laugh didn't sound like it was aimed at Battler. It was almost as though Kinzo was right next to the phone, cackling as well. Say your name! Say it! Who are you? Who? Oh, cool, she's in the cool outfit again.
Guess right, and you could win a free trip to Hawaii. Finally. It was so long. The days leading up to today were really long. I seriously waited 1,000 years for today, get it? I owe it to you, my big resurrection. Thank you, Kinzo. Just for you. I'll lend an ear to that last "I'll take that move back" of yours. My, aren't you getting a tad too excited? Couldn't you act a bit more ladylike?
Kinzo and Beatrice sat facing each other over the chessboard on the reception table. There was an expensive cheese and snacks to go with drinks. And there were several empty wine bottles lined up. Oh, they fucking... Oh, okay. They're having a party. As Beatrice rolled around on the sofa in an unseemly way, she happily held a wine glass in one hand and was probably completely drunk.
I'm in the best mood today, so here's a huge bonus for you. Hey, Kinzo, don't use Chateau Petrus as a decoration. It's from 1947, right? If you don't open it today, just when do you plan on opening it? Let's drown ourselves in it and play. Then let's whack each other with the empty bottles. How amusing. You're too excited, and you're letting loose too much. And what about you, Kinzo? Aren't you happy to be reunited with me? It's the living world, the earthly world. Long live my flesh.
What are you going on about? Can I have some too? I really feel like I need it. You're saying that you're Beatrice or something?
Yes, I am. Thanks to Kinzo's 13-person murder ceremony, I've finally been resurrected. It's nice having a mouth. It's nice having a tongue. How fun it is to be able to talk to you like this. Come to think of it, even though we slapped each other with abuse so many times, over and over again, this is the first time we've had a conversation like this on the board during the game, isn't it? How very fresh. Oh, did you hear that pop sound just now? He opened it. He seriously opened that Chateau Petrus. Do you know how much a single bottle costs? Almost as much as a whole 10-kilogram ingot, you see?
Cut the crap! Beatrice? The Golden Witch, you say? Give it a rest. Where are you? Is it that damn geezer with you too? I'll beat the shit out of both of you! Where are you now? Answer me!
Oh, so you want to meet me? It's tough being such a popular woman. But please, don't try to chat me up when Kinzo's around, okay? This guy gets seriously jealous, so he has a bad temper, you see? But when Kinzo isn't around and we're all alone, I'll love you all you want in secret, okay?
You're insane!
Yeah, have we not established this by now?
Also, you should know that me and Meta Battler don't necessarily share our thoughts.
Oh, that's fucked up. Kinzo, I've changed my mind. I won't do Maria's test. You go. How fickle. So, are you saying you'll do Battler's test? Nothing wrong with that, right? That guy's so much like a younger you that it makes my heart race. Don't worry, I won't cheat on you. This will be the only time I'll be alone with him. I'm always alone with you in bed, right? But no more tying me to the bed with a collar, okay? Well then, battler.
I stand by my previous statement.
I, the Golden Witch Beatrice, will be conducting your test myself. As for the place, yes. Let's make it the front entrance to this mansion. Battler, make sure you try seriously hard in this test to become the successor, okay? I mean, Kinzo's practically dead on his feet. If you become his successor, you'll be the new owner of everything on this island. If it's you, I wouldn't mind becoming all yours, see? Rule over me just like Kinzo did, okay?
Why is this one just so weirdly horny? Just like, quit it. The front entrance of the mansion. Perfect. It'll be the front entrance of my fist to your face. You drunk bastard. I'll sober you up. I'll fix that hangover with a burning punch. I learned this one from Kraus. Usharomia? Oh, I slammed the phone down by accident. My bad.
You forgot to trip the loser flags first. Rookie mistake.
Battler impulsively slammed the receiver down. There was no need to talk through it anymore. I'll meet her face to face and settle this. I took the spear I'd made from the hat stand and went outside without even an umbrella. It's hard to imagine that the young woman calling herself Beatrice is waiting for me alone. Should probably assume that, as Goda-san and the rest said, should be waiting with supporting troops. Going alone would be too reckless. Goda-san! Kumasawa-san! It's me, Battler! I headed for the gardening storehouse first. I need all the help I can get. Goda-san is big, so I can probably count on him for some firepower. Kumasawa's knowledge and familiarity with the terrain as a senior servant might become a huge weapon. Both of them have master keys, and they know more about the mansion than I do. They'll be pretty reliable allies. I banged on the shutter and called out for them to open it. I remembered that there was nothing they could do from the inside. I'd have to get the key back from them before opening the door. I rounded the corner, knocked on the small lattice window there, and opened it. Goda-san! Kumasawa-bachan! It's Battler! Hey, come on, get up! Hey!
They dead in there?
The scene in the shed, lit by a dim light bulb, was very strange. Goda-san! Kumasawa-san! From a low ceiling beam hung two thick ropes, and at the ends, Goda-san and Kumasawa-san were hanging by their necks. Damn. It was dim and cramped because of the various pieces of equipment strewn about, so I couldn't make out the situation clearly. But when they showed not even a tremor after I called out to them, because of the way the loops around their necks seemed to carry the full weight of their bodies, I could sense no trace of life from them. You gotta be fucking kidding me, right? Why? The shutter was still closed, and there was only a single key which had supposedly been given to Goda-san. So how'd the culprit open the shutter and killed both of them inside? No, wait, they weren't necessarily killed. If this was a suicide... That way this closed room makes sense, but I don't know why they would hang themselves and commit suicide. Feebly, I slumped down on the spot. Now the only humans alive on this island are me, Maria, and that damn geezer. No, wait, there's also that insane woman calling herself Beatrice. There's Maria, who had acted like the witch's ally from the beginning, and that geezer, the ringleader who revived the witch herself. What the fuck? By now I might as well be the only one on this island. Using my pole as a cane, I feebly rose. Damn, I can't do it like this. I've got to avenge everyone. Damn it. It's useless this way. It's useless. It's all useless. Damn it! Might as well cry while I can. It's not my frail emotions will be squeezed out with my tears. Then, I straightened up and gazed into the darkness in the direction of the mansion. At the entrance to the mansion, the witch is waiting. I'll go and settle this. I'll find the source of this weird, insane night and crush her with my own hands. No, turn the music back on. I liked that track. It's one of my favorites, actually. Amidst the pouring rain, I walked through the rose garden without an umbrella, letting myself get soaked. I could see the arbor on the other side. According to Jessica, it seemed that George Aniki had also been killed. Well, by this point, there's no need to worry about the lives of any hostages. I left the path, aiming for the arbor. Then, I saw George Aniki's weather-beaten corpse. Aniki. Damn. The corpse was in front of the arbor. If he had died under the arbor, he might have at least been spared being beaten down upon by the rain. And on Aniki's forehead was a gaping hole as though he'd been shot with a gun. Okay. Perhaps... wait, in his forehead? Didn't he get punched in the stomach?
No, she, at the end, was like, no, this isn't fitting, healed him of all his wounds, and then kicked the stiletto heel into his forehead.
Yeah, forehead. You're right. Perhaps because the rain had washed everything away, his face wasn't covered with blood, so he almost looked like he was sleeping. However, his clothes were stained a deep red, and there were still signs that a large amount of blood had flowed out. How happy I'd be if he were sleeping, or else pretending to be dead. But even though the rain sprayed against Aniki's eyes, they remained open. And the hole in his forehead was no joke, but absolutely real. There had been a faint chance that even Goto-san and Kumasawa-san hanging by their necks in the guarding shed had been them playing a bad joke. But that naive possibility had now been completely denied. And as I looked at this corpse, I became completely sure, just as Goto-san had once said, the enemy had come to take lives like pieces on a chessboard. There's no mistake. It seems that old geezer and the rich really don't view our lives as anything more than that. That damn witch said something over the phone. Something about us being on the game board. Perfect. She thinks this is a game. That if you killed everyone like it was a game, it's okay if I kill you like it's a game, right?
Yeah.
Prepare yourself, motherfucker. Beatrice.
Is this not how you spend your Wednesday nights?
No! Wednesday nights we play Cluedo!
What? This isn't...
Oh!
I see I've had a grave misunderstanding of the rules.
The lightning caused the mansion's vast shadow to rise up. Finally, the massive shape came into view. There was no silhouette of any person. It seemed that there weren't any underlings waiting for me in a pack, or anything like that. According to Kirie-san, there were massive amounts of attendants with goat heads. At least for now, I couldn't sense a large group of them hiding and staring at me. What's this? Beneath the roof of the entrance, there's something set down. What is this? A box? What's in the box? We did it! We can move on now! We did the obligatory reference, and now we can move on! It looked like the kind of small box that girls often keep trinkets in. Or maybe it was the same kind of extravagant cigar case you'd find in a reception room. Either way, it didn't look like something that should be here. It clearly looked as though I was being told to open it. But for some reason, opening something being offered to me was irritating. However, it didn't look like we'd get anywhere if I didn't open it. Could it be that it's set up with some trap to make it explode when opened? Thinking things like that, forgetting even to come under the overhang, I continued to glare at the box, still beaten down upon by the rain. Then, mixed in with the thunder, was some kind of... music? It sounded like that. It was the tone of the big clock in the hall announcing 2400. It was also the sound announcing that this insane day, October 4th, had finally ended, and that the much more incredibly insane day of October 5th had begun. And that sound quieted, and I could hear an eerie laugh coming from out of nowhere. I got the feeling that the voice was coming from the heavens, and looked up at the sky. What I saw there was a woman I'd never seen before. No, it's not true that I never saw her before. I saw her once today. Yeah, in the portrait inside the mansion. The clothes were different, but that face was just like the witch of the portrait. Ah, who am I kidding? I already know who this person is. Are you Beatrice?
Yahoy, battler!
From the second floor balcony, leaning out under an umbrella and waving high-spiritedly, was without a doubt the witch of the portrait, Beatrice. Was the plan for the boss to take a bird's-eye view and let the goat underlings torture me to death? I adjusted my grip on the spear, and imagining goats creeping out of the nearby shadows in the entrance and surrounding me, I raised my guard in all directions.
Be at ease. There's no one here but you and me, see? No goat furniture, no demon butlers or teacher, not even the demon who's my close friend. And there's none of the gold butterflies that compose my flesh, no magic circles, and no summoners as witnesses. Do you know what that means?
Not a fucking clue. Quit babbling. Also, as soon as they said I could say the word fuck, I've just been, making the best of it.
It is true that I have met you several times, even in this world. Almost as though we just missed each other. As you know, this world of humans is filled with a toxin just by your existence and your doubting of me. Almost like solid ramparts strengthening the guard around you, the king. And through multiple games, I have advanced pieces one by one, split them apart, and cornered them, leveling your ramparts bit by bit. Then, a faint crack finally opened, and I sent a bishop in so that it could approach right up next to you. But as you know, bishops are pieces with blind spots. As long as you stay on the black squares, a bishop on black can wield a massive influence. But if you escape just one step to a white square, even if I close in right next to you, I will not be able to touch you.
You really like your chess metaphors.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got, bro. I'm sorry.
Have you tried playing a different game, like
Fortnite?
Go? Or no, that hasn't been invented yet.
Maria was telling me all about it. That is why I've progressed through this game by setting in various pieces to prevent you from staying on a white square.
Or like shogi or something. Wouldn't that make more sense?
I'm a Western witch, duh.
I have no context for what that means.
Forcing you out in front of me, the one who controls the black squares next to you. However, there are now holes opened all over your ramparts, and I was able to send in not a bishop, but a full queen. Do you know what kind of piece a queen is?
A rook plus a bishop. Is that what you're trying to say? No, you not only control the black squares that are part of the illusion of the witch, but have been able to eat into the white squares of the human world at will. Whoa, stop getting so close to the camera.
I refuse.
Wow.
That is correct. You have been calling the squares with the gold butterflies that are my minions the illusion of the witch. And you have denied them as unobserved unrealities, right? I know. For that very reason, I have openly descended to the white squares like this. Do not worry, I'll call plenty of gold butterflies and goats, demons and witches later. If you wish, I'll invite you to the Golden Land. There, any wish can be granted.
Oh no, I'm too close too!
Yeah,
you can see the pores on my face! I don't like it!
Yeah, one of my powers is to control the Z-axis.
No, stop it! It's starting to look like someone knocked an ink bottle over the chessboard of this island.
I see. A pleasant phrasing.
Is it? I felt like I got a mixed metaphors there.
It had chess in it, so it's fine.
Oh my god.
Soon, you will be covered in ink as well. You will finally become covered with pitch black, and will surely become a black king. You really are pitiful, drowning in a sea of ink right now, aren't you?
Be honest, you just want calamari right now.
You see, I was thinking about the ink, but also thinking about, like, the human table thing, and, like, the ink gets on you, and I'm eating the calamari off you, the table, and, I don't know why this is so weirdly appealing to me.
So, I'm gonna stop you right there. Two things. One, what? And two, the, and here's a bonus one, fuck.
Yeah, that...
No, that's wrong. I bet the island has been staying completely black from your ink bottle. But there's still a white square left.
Where?
The one I stand on, bitch! Your ink of magic tried to cover the entire island, but you can't cover the ground my feet are standing on. Even if this island seems to be stained pitch black at a glance, I am me! I'm here, stepping on a white square. It's strange. Until a second ago I was shivering all over. But now that she's appeared openly right before my eyes like this, my terror has actually lessened. Interesting. Ghosts are more terrifying when you can only sense them. when you can see them and they can face you and you can plant your fist into, and you have a face you can plant your face into. There's nothing
When they have a face you can plant your face into?
I stand by my phrasing. There's nothing scary about it. However, she definitely isn't an interesting or a friendly person.
Hey.
She can kill me instantly by snapping her fingers while rolling around giggling. Whether we interpret the result of her snapping her fingers as magic flying at me or underlings showing up to shoot me, it doesn't matter. Anyway, whether this is a fantasy or a mystery, that queen is in a position where she could kill me just by snapping her fingers. I see. So does this mean she's the queen of this island? Reigns over both the white and the black squares?
Well then, it might be amusing to wait until you catch a cold in all that rain, but it's about time...
Achoo!
Yeah, it was amusing. But anyway, it's about time to move to the matter at hand. Can you see the box down there? Your test is inside it.
Oh, it's an Xbox. I'm good at these. Wait, after all that's happened, I'm not interested in some stupid game about who will become the successor. My game is to take you and that damn geezer and all you guys who killed everyone and smack him with a guy and punch. One of those face crushers.
Oh, so you will fly through the air up to my balcony? Very well, very well. Then look, come on, right now. Here, up, up.
Damn you. Acting so carefree just because you're in a completely safe place. I'm coming over there right now, so prepare yourself and wait for me.
No. The door is locked. Of course, the shutters are down for all the windows. My castle isn't so fragile that a single knight like you could break in.
I tried opening the door to the entrance anyway, but it really was locked. Yeah. When I looked around, I noticed that the shutters were closed on the windows after all. Normally, those wouldn't be closed.
Looks like you prepared for everything. Where's the key?
Goda-san and Kumasawa-san probably had master keys, but they were in the closed room of the gardening shed. I'll only give up for now.
Damn! Guess she's no fool herself.
Do you really want to be right beside me so much?
Not really.
Alright, if you impressively passed your test, why don't I grant you an audience? If you pass, then you'll become the successor and my new master. My flesh and soul will be yours to do with as you please.
What is with the really horny bent to this part?
I know, right? For I am no more than the Ushiromiya family's furniture.
Really? Has she said it that explicitly before?
I don't know that she has.
We've kind of like assumed that might be a possibility, but interesting. If they were to take that at face value, that would severely limit the people Beatrice could be.
Shannon-Triss theory?
Shannon-Triss theory.
So I would be 100% convinced that in some way Shannon was Beato. If it weren't for the thing where she got killed, like one scene ago. I don't have a good explanation for that.
But we've seen characters die, and then the demons that supposedly are tied to them still wandering about.
That's true. That's true.
Genji straight up died in the first bit, and Ronove's been out going around like it's nothing.
If we're going by the theory that
they are some. Well, yeah. So the theory being that they are somehow inextricably linked. Right. So.
But like the thing with the teasing battler about his English and so on, recapping exactly Shannon's saying that previously. The thing where Shannon wanted to go to an aquarium, and then we find out almost immediately thereafter that Beato had wanted to leave the island and go to an aquarium. And now, I'm the Ushiromiya family's furniture.
Yeah, okay.
It all just fits. It all just fits.
It all just fits. You're absolutely right.
Well. It looks like you want to make me take this test no matter what. I warn you, I'm very good at scan grade tests. I can get a solid 25% without even trying. Okay, I'll give it a shot. If I pass, my first prize will be a punch to your face.
Scary. But it's not like I mind being controlled by violence, you see? Grab onto my head. Make my face twist in pain. tear me apart like a hawk does with its talons to its prey, scratch at me and trample upon me.
Stop making it horny! Stop that! I'll smack you with a rolled up newspaper. Stop! Don't make me get the horny bet.
Remind me of Kinzo in his younger days once more.
Okay, now that has terrifying implications if you are indeed
does.
Shannon.
It really does have terrifying implications. That single time in my 1,000-year life. Remind me of that day I was taught the joy of being controlled, surrendering, and being reduced to furniture.
You got some issues. You damn drunk, we aren't getting anywhere. Ignoring the stupidly smiling witch, I picked up the box.
Yes, open it. Inside is a letter. Read it.
Ugh. I opened it. There was a faint smell of cigarettes. Apparently it really had originally been a cigar case. But there were no cigarettes or cigars inside.
Pans up to Beato smoking an entire cigar case worth of cigars at once.
Just all at once, and just takes it out like... she got them like one between each of her fingers. Oh,
doing like the pen flipping.
Instead, there was a Western-style envelope with the one-winged eagle crest. And when I opened that too, there was a letter inside. I looked up at the witch. She was grinning down at me. It seemed she was looking forward to seeing what kind of reaction I'd have to the contents. Damn, just perfect. Its contents were something like this. Among the 3 mentioned below, in order to gain 2, sacrifice 1. 1, your life. 2, blank's life. 3, everyone else's lives. Well, everyone else is dead, so that seems pretty easy.
Who's in the blank?
If you do not choose one, all of the above will be lost. What is this? Some pretty creepy stuff's written here. Good thing you made the mistake of giving me multiple choice. I have a guaranteed 33% shot at this. More importantly, the second one's blank. I don't even know whose life it's supposed to be.
Indeed. That second one is where you put the name of the one that test taker loves the most. For Jessica's test, it was Cannon's name. And for George's test, it was Shannon's. Since they had obvious feelings for certain people, those names were written in beforehand. But I don't know who you have feelings for, although I have certain hopes. So I didn't know whose name to write and left it blank.
What? That's perfect. I love you, Beatrice. I'll stick your name in here. In that case, I choose the second choice. Happy now?
Hey, quit joking.
What did I say that was a joke?
Oh.
I love you, now you die.
Fair. Hey, please, Battler. Tell me the name of the person you have feelings for. If you don't, then this won't be a test, right?
Sorry, I don't have any girl in particular. Even if I did, why the hell would I tell you?
In that case, this test will not work for you. What a shame.
Well, I tried to tell you the answer and you just kind of waved it off, so...
And I was really wondering what kind of woman was your cup of tea.
What would you do if I said I like flat-chested lolies with long black hair? That wouldn't match you at all, right?
Lies, you breast sommelier.
Okay. You're right, I'm the best sommelier ever. Okay, that's a little bit funny. I admit it.
Blonde and bouncy is best, right? Am I not truly the embodiment of your ideal?
Wow, so remember back in the very beginning of this where I'm like, ugh, is this ever going to be like a point to this? Apparently there's a point to it.
Yep.
If guessing your best side is the test to become the successor, I'll take it gladly.
Ah, yes. This was the test to choose the successor, wasn't it? It was so fun chatting with you that I've been getting a bit off topic. And let us begin the test.
How did you sober up in like 3 seconds? That's frightening.
Magic.
I don't believe you. Unless magic is the name of some kind of medicine that you use.
Magic.
I saw that. You can't hide that from me.
I will question you to see whether you are qualified to be the successor to the Ushiromiya family headship. Answer with care.
You know, I was just complaining after the last one that there wasn't enough Beato Battler in this one. The witch, who had been joking around like she was drunk until a second ago, suddenly regained her dignity. She looked as though she truly had stepped out of the majestic portrait.
I am the Ushiromiya family alchemist, the Golden Witch, and the Endless Witch, Beatrice. Do you have the qualifications to inherit the Ushiromiya family and all of my gold? That is what I will test. State your name.
Ushiromiya Battler.
State your purpose.
We're not doing this.
State your favorite color.
No! Blue! No! Yellow! We did it! We did the obligatory reference to that one film.
Freaking love that movie. Wait, is it out yet?
I don't recall, but when it is, we should go see it. It's a real hoot. That one scene with the rabbit? Oh, give the Chesters a run for their money, you know what I mean?
Got him.
Got him! When faced with the dignity you wouldn't have imagined from her appearance a short while ago, I answered without any hesitation. And from that, yeah, I see. I can tell why she's worthy of calling herself the true queen of this island.
Very well, Ushiromiya Battler. However, for these 6 years, you have thrown away that Ushiromiya name, have you not? Why was that?
Who are you, my guidance counselor?
I could be.
Okay, that's a different... Okay, because I'm moving briskly along. Because I ran out of love for that old bastard.
I know. It was because you felt that your father's remarriage disgraced the death of your mother, whom you respected, yes? I see. You have no blood relation to your new mother whatsoever.
Do we have to be this close to the camera? I always find it uncomfortable.
We can get closer.
That's not actually the solution I was hoping for? And that's not... I think you misunderstand what the fundamental problem is.
If you want to have a real fucking panic attack, figure how the cameras got us both this close when you're down there and I'm up here, huh? Fucking
close-up
magic,
shot with
bro.
a wide-angle pan.
Sure. Tell yourself that. It's not as though I can't understand why you'd be unable to accept that mother. However, no matter whom your father remarried, that wouldn't change the fact that his blood runs in your veins, correct?
What are you trying to say?
I can somewhat understand the childishness that led you to resist your father's remarriage, since you wanted him all to yourself. However, was throwing away the Ushiromiya name as a means of resistance not a disgrace to your family and blood?
Would you stop looking at me and then looking down at your feet? It's really creepy.
You were born and raised Ushiromiya, were you not? Do you think you had the right to forget that debt and throw away the Ushiromiya name?
It's got nothing to do with you. It's between me and Dad.
The Ushiromiya name does not belong to you and your father alone. That was your childishness, nothing more than your inability to forgive the fact that your father was stolen away by an unknown woman. Those 6 years during which you threw away the Ushiromiya family register were a significant period during which you covered the Ushiromiya family in mud. Know the depths of that sin.
Well, sorry, I'm so childish. Jeez.
That settles it.
Well, alright then. Can I punch you in the face now?
We can... Not quite yet. We've got some more questions.
Punch time!
However, even though it occurred around the time of the deaths of your grandparents, you did well to return to the Ushiromiya register. For that, let us give you a chance to purify that sin yourself.
The hell are you talking about?
Now is the time to compensate for your sin of 6 years ago.
If you make it some creepy foot thing, I'm gonna...
Come, try to remember. Remember your own sin.
Why does it sound like... I don't think this is anything, but that sounds like the incantation they use for...
Sure is. Sure is.
You know, for try to remember the form you once had.
Remember that, confess, and repent. That is the test I shall give you.
Remember my own sin? What, did I murder my mom or something?
Maybe.
At that time, a massive thunderclap rang out, making my mind go blank. What do you mean, repent? You trying to tell me to apologize?
The test has already begun. You may think as you wish.
The witch's expression did not look like a person forcing a tough question on someone and sneering at them. She was asking seriously, and he could even sense a quiet determination. Even though the rain fell on Battler, he did not shift his eyes from that gaze. The witch threw her umbrella away. She abandoned herself to the falling rain, so that the rain would fall on her until Battler answered that question. She had chosen to let the rain fall on her as well until he reached an answer. For some reason, Battler understood that. And yet, he didn't understand. Well, you put it that way, I do think I was being childish. All things considered, even Dad getting remarried didn't cancel out the debt I owed for him raising me. I hear the Dad always kept on paying for my living expenses. They even said he wanted to participate in school events. The only reason he couldn't come was because I told Grandpa and Grandma not to let him come no matter what. It's true that I can't argue back if you want to call that my childish resistance. But you know, in that case, it would clear away Mom's, Ushiromiya Asamu's regrets. Even though Mom was so devoted to her family and did the very best she could. Despite that, Dad was cheating with Kirie-san. He even got her pregnant with Angie. And then along with her birth, he rushed to move them into his register. If that wasn't a betrayal of Mom, then what was it? Who will clear up Mom's regrets? But what you're saying is also right. Even though the cheating was a fact, that the debt I owed for being raised was real too. In that case, they cancel each other out. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with me leaving the family, is there? That's right, I had the right, no, the duty, to smack Dad and Mom's plate, didn't I? But I didn't do that. I left without saying anything, as though I hadn't been there in the first place. And Dad forgot all about me, and started a new family with Kirie-san and Angie. Doesn't that settle everything? Who's the one person whose feelings he's not taking into account here? I think the sin is against Angie.
Oh. Interesting.
Forcing Angie to grow up without her brother.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I could believe that.
But since then, 6 years have passed. Time healed the anger. Kirie-san understood my anger. And even so, she tried to interact with me, even if it meant tearing her heart apart. Angie didn't know anything about the situation, and even though I lived in a separate house, she was raised believing that I was her real big brother and loved me as if it were true. Dad casually said to come home anytime I wanted. It started to feel more and more ridiculous. It was about time for me to cool my head as well. So I said I'd put it all behind me as long as Dad apologized. Then came the day of Grandpa's funeral. Then he really did put his hands on the floor and apologize, looking unbelievably pathetic. Dad did that and seriously bowed his head to me. You see? When I saw that, it felt like it'd be stupid to keep it up any longer. I'm sure Mom thought the same thing. Every time Dad and I fought, Mom would always laugh and mediate for us. Oh, were you fighting over something that silly? Is what she'd say. I could feel Mom saying that and laughing. So, though I couldn't actually say I'd forgive him, I thought it might be okay to start over again from square one. So, I decided to wind everything back to how it was 6 years ago. And then I returned to the Osiromia family register. I had also cried, raged, and worried for a whole 6 years. Might have been the same for Dad and for my dead mom. Maybe even for Kirie-san and Angie. So we went back to square one, and I returned to being Ushiromiya Battler. That's my immediate family's problem, and has nothing to do with the Ushiromiya family. You have no right to judge that as a sin, and I have no obligation to show repentance to you. If there was anyone I should have done that for, you've already killed them. So I won't apologize for anything. I won't repent. That is my answer for this test.
Is that all?
What? Part of me had fully responded to her provocation, and I'd supposedly vented out all the stuff I'd kept inside my chest. Stuff I hadn't wanted to show anymore. That was what the witch had supposedly been expecting, and yet the witch's blank expression didn't change in the slightest. I'd been sure she'd start cackling and guffawing, staring at my childish, foolish, and shameful past. But to the contrary, I could feel a sense of disgust about her. Something you could almost call disappointment. What do you mean, is that all? I've exposed everything about me, right? What more could you want?
That still isn't enough to clear away your sins.
Clear away? What the hell? Are you asking me to prostrate myself right here and apologize like Dad did?
That's not it. I have no interest in matters concerning your immediate family or your home. Where are we? Rokkenjima, the main residence of the Ushiromiya head family. Isn't there a sin you ought to remember fitting for this place?
Are you saying I have another sin?
Remember, Ushiromiya battler. Not being able to remember that is your sin.
What the fuck?
For that reason, I shall forgive you. If you can remember it, I shall forgive you. Remembering that is my test of atonement for you.
Even if you tell me to remember...
Remember, that's what makes it a sin.
Sorry, Beato. I have absolutely no memory of it.
Then remember harder.
That's not how it fucking works! You make it sound like it caused you trouble 6 years... Oh wait, hold on, this is Meta Battler. You make it sound like I caused you trouble 6 years ago or something. Sorry about that, I got a frog in my throat. But I supposedly met you for the first time at this family conference. It's true that your legend also existed 6 years ago. But I shouldn't have been acquainted with you.
Naturally. On the Rokkenjima of 6 years ago, I had not yet materialized.
Then what kind of sin are you saying I have? You saying I've sinned against you somehow?
Don't make me say the same thing twice. I had not materialized 6 years ago. There was no way for me to become acquainted with you. In the world that you are, it was as though I didn't exist.
What, did I grab your chest or something? I totally believe that I'd done that. It's consistent with my character.
If that was the sin, and if Shannon Triss theory is real, it would all track.
I would absolutely track.
Wait. He said he'd come back 6 years ago.
To
The
who?
last time he left. And then he never did. And that was the thing that Shannon was mocking him about that one time when she had mentioned the silly things he had said in English.
Oh.
Is that... I don't know if that's real.
Is that...
I don't know if that's real.
That's... Huh.
I don't know if that's real.
In that case, are we massively underestimating what kind of relationship Battler and Shannon have?
I don't think so.
Okay. Huh. Beato's cold eyes felt as though they were pursuing some kind of sin. At a glance, it felt as though she had still hated me for something I'd done to her, and that she blamed me for it. However, I naturally didn't have a clue, and Beato had said it herself. 6 years ago, there was no link between us. 6 years ago, no person called Beatrice existed for me.
Holy fuck, bro. You can think in red?
Apparently.
That's pretty sick.
Good God. Would you put that sword away? You're just waving it around everywhere.
No.
Okay. At least give me a hint. Come on now. Does this sin have anything to do with you and me?
I had no connection to you 6 years ago. Remove me from your thoughts already.
Well, then why are you taking it so personal?
Why do you think it is a sin against me?
Your eyes.
My eyes?
I already slipped back into goofy battler voice from my battler.
Oh.
Because your eyes are whispering at me to apologize. But I had no connection with you 6 years ago, and it looks like you acknowledge that too. Is that true? Is it really not a problem between me and you?
I already said it wasn't. No problem between me and you has anything to do with this.
Why is it so damn personal? But still, your eyes are telling me differently. So, I don't even have a clue. Can you say it in red? Can you proclaim that the sin you're telling me to remember isn't something between you and me?
Very well. The sin I am now demanding that you remember is not between Ushiromiya Battler and Beatrice.
Then, why are you looking at me with those eyes?
I don't know. I am simply gazing at you blankly. If it feels that way to you, perhaps there's something making you feel that way.
What kind of sin are you saying I have?
Ushiromiya Battler has a sin.
And I'm asking you what kind. I'll bet it's just some trivial sin like hitting someone or tickling someone.
Because of your sin, people die.
What? Okay.
Ooh!
What? Lie. I've never killed anyone. Then say it. Who did I kill?
Everyone here?
When? Who? How?
Due to your sin, a great many humans of this island die.
Oh, okay.
No one escapes. All die.
Wait, but that can't be true.
It could be. What if the whole reason everyone is dying now is because of something Battler did or failed to do 6 years ago, the last time he was here?
Mm-hmm. But then how does Ava get out?
I don't know.
Okay. Because that's the one snag here, is that we know Ava has to live.
I don't know that we do.
It seems pretty reasonable to assume that.
Maybe, maybe not.
What? What kind of incomprehensible thing are you saying? Are you saying I killed everyone? I'm a killer?
It doesn't mean you carried it out directly. However, because you committed a sin, from an imperfection in the cogs that stretched back a full 6 years, a distortion was created, and tonight, this many lives are lost. You are one of the causes of this tragedy.
Quit messing around. I'm the cause? Then what? Are you saying 13 people died because I abandoned the Ushiromiya register 6 years ago? Are you saying that 13 people died because I came back to the Ushiromiya family after 6 years? Don't fuck with me. Give it a rest. For these 6 years, I've been the man farthest from the Ushiromiya family, right? How could I have influenced anything in any way? It's not like I came to the family conference because I wanted to, right? I returned to my family after 6 years to make up for that lost time. I came to Rokkenjima reluctantly. It's not like I had some duty to come here today. I came back, and because of that a massacre occurred? Then what? Are you saying that if I hadn't come back, no one would have had to die? Say it in red. Can you say that in red? That if I hadn't come back, this massacre crime wouldn't have occurred? There's no way you could say that because you're the culprit for everything. Repeat it. If Ushiromiya Battler hadn't returned to Rokkenjima, this crime wouldn't have occurred. You could say it. Try saying it. Can't do it, can you? You can't say it. The culprit is you, not me. Don't try to rub that responsibility off onto me. Answer in red. Try to repeat it. You can't. My existence has nothing to do with the crime. Quit saying incomprehensible stuff and trying to confuse me. I began to remember the coldness of the raindrops that kept pouring down. The rain earlier had just hurt, but now I felt a tormenting cold from those raindrops.
Is there nothing that you remember?
Sorry, I don't even have a clue. Frustrated Beato face! Oh, it's very good. Oh. Hey, I'm starting to get a little pissed off. There's something you want to say, then say it. If you have a grudge against me, you just have to say it out loud. Don't do it in such a dirty way, forcing me to remember.
I'll ask one more time. Can you remember any sin?
No! I can't remember anything.
You should, see a doctor then.
I've been told that.
So, he says that he can remember nothing.
With this, are your regrets at an end?
Indeed.
Even a hopeless bet can leave behind regrets if you do not take it. That's enough. The betting itself has meaning.
That may be true. In that case, this is the end of my regrets and my game.
She talked. What will you do?
Who knows? I'm not interested at all anymore. Sorry, but I wish to leave the game board now.
This was all a thing to get Battler to admit culpability for something that he doesn't remember. And presumably getting him to admit witches are real has something to do with that.
Maybe.
I see. I understand.
Ha! 2 Beatos, maybe more. I will take over for the rest of the game. You may rest. Indeed. All that remains, I will finish.
Beatos are separate, oh my god.
You may forget everything and bury your head in your pillow. A feather futon should gently protect you from everything. I'll be counting on you to finish up the rest. Leave it to me. Leave everything else to me and sleep.
The witch who had questioned Battler hid herself, and the other witch who had appeared from behind remained. She certainly was identical, the same witch, but her expression was somehow indifferent and ice-cold, completely removed from the one who, despite seeming drunk up until then, had been in high spirits. So there are multiple Beatos.
Or are there?
There absolutely are. Hey!
Counterpoint, it seems to make it pretty clear that it's the same person. No one actually stepped out of the shadows and replaced her.
Just that her disposition changed so much as to convince Battler that maybe.
Maybe.
Are you listening? Isn't this enough for that test thing? I don't care whether I passed or failed. I won't be satisfied until I can bash your face in. Come down here, or else I open this door. The witch did not answer. Her eyes were as ice-cold as Battler's shoulders. She was now clearly a different person since the time she'd first appeared on that balcony. I mean, clearly a different person. The witch gazed into my eyes and gave 2 small shakes of the head. Even without words, I was able to gather that she was expressing some kind of disappointment. Without saying anything, the witch turned on her heels. After that, only Battler remained, the cold rain still beating down on him. The study was in the middle of a lively party. It seemed that the Gap was making fun of Virgilia, having tripped her up in some stupid way. They were spitting Leah, 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 and Gap, 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 Gap at each other. With this as a sideshow, Kinzo and Ronove had opened a new bottle.
Oh, you're back. How were the results of Battler's test? Maria's test got passing marks with no complaints, you see? I've despised her as a little girl, but see, why, oh my, not bad.
It seemed like Kinzo was dead drunk. Facing Beato, who had returned, he laughed with the same level of tension as the time they'd left for the tests. However, Ronove and Virgilia instantly noticed the change in enthusiasm. The Gap also froze her expression and went silent.
What is it, Beatrice, my beloved witch? Not enough to drink? Not enough on the side? Let's pour it all over a cow or something and roast it whole. Oh, not bad. Ronove, prepare one right away. Beatrice, let's leave the results of Battler's test for later. Why don't we have a toast with spare rib first? Roast yourself whole. What?
The witch who had spoken so bluntly, so coldly, passed by Kinzo's side as he doubled over laughing in a great mood. And then behind the witch's back, the old summoner's body gently went up in flames.
Why?
As crimson flames spat from his eyes, mouth, nose, every hole in his body, Kinzo rolled around. Even though it was a terrible hellfire, it didn't burn anything except Kinzo. Kinzo didn't have a clue what was going on. Unable to understand why Beatrice, who had been in such a good mood, had suddenly turned so cold, he rolled around. And the dancing silhouettes of the witch and demons created by that massive rolling torch looked like a group of excited spectators around a burning at the stake. However, the eyes of the demons who watched over it were indifferent. When Kinzo finally stopped moving, the fire disappeared, leaving a pitch-black corpse. The inside of the room was commanded by the stillness of the sound of the rain. What has happened, milady?
I've gotten over my excitement. Clean up those bothersome cinders.
Beatrice's expression was unbelievably indifferent. There was an iciness that might easily bring the others to the same fate as Kinzo if they annoyed her.
Yeah, I'll clean it up.
The gap made a jet-black pitfall swallow up Kinzo's cinders. If she hadn't carried that out quickly, the gap might also have been burned. You could even feel that thirst for blood. No, not a thirst for blood. Probably isn't the best way to describe it. Just like humans don't have any particular emotion when they step on an ant while they are walking. That was how much, unconsciously and mercilessly, Beato was now filled with a brutal emptiness that wouldn't hesitate at burying a passerby.
What is it, Beato? I don't want to answer. No, even answering is too much of a pain to do now.
What is it? This isn't like you. Did something happen? Did Battler say something? Yeah.
Beatrice didn't even answer. It seemed that she even ignored it, but there was a change in the gap. From her feet, a creaking, cracking sound rose, like thin ice breaking, and in an instant turned the gap into a glass sculpture.
God.
It's the gap.
Disappear for a while. I'm in a very bad mood.
Beatrice spoke that in a truly cold voice, which could freeze the heart just by hearing it. Certainly. Then please allow us to retire. If you need anything, call at any time. After bowing, Ronove turned into a cloud of gold butterflies and hid himself. After turning the gap, who had become a sculpture, into a cloud of gold butterflies, Virgilia also turned into a cloud, which mixed in with the others and disappeared. In the study, made untidy by drinking, Beatrice stood still, alone. Since the time she had returned, her expression hadn't changed in the slightest. However, when she saw the fallen empty wine bottles and scattered cheese plates, her brow furrowed and she looked a bit displeased. And when she whispered, "Disappear," in that instant, the room was cleaned up in a flash as though nothing had happened. The reception chairs were neatly arranged, and there was no wine, nor cheese. There were no stains or scattered trash either. To the contrary, even the air had frozen over, and enough to make one doubt whether a large number of noisy people really had been in this room until a short while ago. The study had returned to silence. In that silent, frigid study, where even the air had frozen, Beatrice stood still. Then, she called, muttering.
Battler, are you there?
I've been here for a while. What in the hell's going on with you? You've been strange since a short while ago.
Do I seem strange? My apologies.
Even though you were drinking so happily with that damn geezer, you suddenly burned him up. And your demoness friend is a glass sculpture. When you told the demon butler and your teacher to leave, they disappeared right away at your words. Just how fickle and selfish are you?
Battler, I'm done.
Done with what?
I've grown bored of this.
Huh? That's... well, you were the one who started this game? If you had enough, then that's great for me. So basically, you're giving up?
I am not giving up. I am simply ending it. No, I won't even end it. I am just abandoning this game for all eternity.
Does that mean you're giving up? Nah, the words got bored of it and threw it away fit you perfectly.
That is correct. I grew bored of it and am throwing it away. I don't care what happens next. It can remain abandoned and gather dust as much as you like.
What's going on with you? Been kinda hard to deal with since a short while ago. Are these still the after effects of that incomprehensible test from earlier? If you've got a grudge, all you have to do is say so clearly. You said and read this has nothing to do with you, but that's got to be a play on words, right? It's written all over your face. You have a grudge against me. Notice, it would totally work if, as we suspect, Battler might not be Battler. Because that would make what she said and read not false.
It also makes sense if Beatrice is not Beatrice.
Yep. There's something. I think what that makes very clear is that one of these two is not who they purport to be, and that might not necessarily be something they are conscious of.
Yeah, that makes sense. How many times will I have to say I have no grudge against you before you'll understand?
Holy shit, what if Battler's not Battler, but a furniture created to replace Battler?
I don't think that's the case, but that'd be fucking wild.
His sin was dying that many years ago.
I'm
spitballing. I don't buy into this just yet, but like,
At the time you committed your sin, I did not exist.
But that doesn't mean that it wasn't against her.
Yeah.
She won't say that.
Yeah, it's not a sin against Beatrice, but supposing, say, Beatrice is Shannon, it could well be a sin against Shannon.
Yep.
That would all fit.
Yep. As Beato spoke with an offended expression, her face twisted to look even more displeased. Fickle. Inconsistent. Moody. Temperamental. Selfish and simple-minded and cruel. But even so, she hadn't shown an expression as strange as this one, even once until now. Well, you were the one who provoked me into this game. I'm a bit let down that it wasn't resolved, but feel free to invite me again if you feel like it.
Oh, you mean it?
But when that happens, allow me to politely refuse, okay?
Yes.
He intentionally spoke in a mocking tone, but Beato showed no reaction. Battler hung his head and clicked his tongue. We've circled around October 4th and 5th over and over again, but I finally had just about enough of this role. This way the boat will come tomorrow. That's right. And then the seagulls will return to the harbor. I'll finally be able to hear Rokkenjima's signature nya-nya cries. After all, maybe because of the weather, they weren't there at all when I came to the island. When the seagulls cry, everything will end, I guess. All done. The end. What a relief.
Exactly what is it that you're misunderstanding?
Huh? What'd you say?
I said that nothing would end. With this, everything will be abandoned. The game will be forgotten, and the pieces on the board will be abandoned as they lay. There will be no advancing or returning, no taking and being taken. No victory, no defeat, not even a tie. Just abandoned.
Doesn't that mean it's over?
Wrong. On my turn, the game will stop for all eternity. Your turn will not come. So there will be no victory, nor defeat, nor a tie. Wait,
This is still Beato.
in the past, I couldn't let you do that. After all, one of my goals was winning against you. However, I've lost interest. So there is no longer any point in making moves any longer.
What do you mean by my turn not coming? I thought that Beato getting tired of the game meant that I'd be released, and that I'd be able to escape Rokkenjima. But for some reason, Beato's repeated words about the difference between abandoning the game and settling it caught my attention. Just what is it she's been saying? And why the bad mood? And is this the purgatory that they've been trapped in, so that Angie's come to rescue them from?
I don't know, maybe.
At that time, I suddenly heard a voice from behind me. When I turned around, there was someone I thought I might or might not remember from somewhere. A mysterious girl with no light in her eyes was standing there. What this kid's saying goes a little something like this. She means putting the lid on this game and leaving the pieces as they are. The game will be locked away for all eternity without ending. It's like you hit the pause button and then you just leave the console running forever. And then... it's like that. Were you Lambda Delta?
I feel like the last time she showed up, we switched, but I don't remember what voice I gave her, so I'll just improvise.
Okay, go for it.
The only way for you to return to your original world is to win against Beato. So if Beato abandons the game, get it?
Suddenly, in a different place, was a girl wearing a bright pink dress. I had a feeling I'd met her somewhere too, but I couldn't remember. More important was the meaning of her words. Battler doesn't recognize Lambda, Delta, and Burn Castle?
Why would he?
From previous rounds of the game? They've shown up. Battler's interacted with Bernie before. When he says he doesn't recognize them, does that mean he's met those two witches before?
I don't know.
Is that what the sin 6 years ago is about? If the game is abandoned, then... Huh? That's right. The match won't be resolved unless enemies and allies meet. Mean that you'd never be able to win and escape from this world for all eternity.
What it comes down to, I guess, is something like taking the key to the cage you're locked in, fastening it to the collar of a pigeon or something, and letting it fly. This isn't funny, Beato. We didn't come this far to watch such a boring game. Calling it a day like this is no joke.
For once, I agree with Lambda. I came here to make Battler win, and to make you writhe in defeat. Woo! I still haven't achieved that goal, so I won't stand for you abandoning the game at a time like this, and running away. Come Listen, my heart's not in it today.
I acknowledge your enthusiasm, and I acknowledge that it would mean the curtain call for a game that disappoints you ladies. However, I, the host of this tea party, am fickle.
Can she say that to Lambda Delta, to whom she supposedly owes her power?
It's quite unclear, huh?
Yeah.
Once it's lost its fun, I know no way of entertaining. I believe that's been my witch-like way of doing things from the very beginning.
You could play the new WarioWare game that just came out. It's got multiplayer and stuff.
Actually, can we like swap and do that?
Yeah.
Like,
hold on.
Can you change the game rules in the middle? Is that allowed?
I think we'd have to start a new game still. Maybe
fuck.
a new game plus.
There are no problems, yes?
I guess not. I won't go against your creed.
With arms wide open?
Okay, now I will. Oh, hold on. I'll be over here getting higher. Get it? That was another Creed reference.
Yeah. I won't accept it. Quit fooling around. How much do you think I've supported you? You think I'd be okay with that after all this preparation? Don't mess with me. I am saying that I'm tired of it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's not gonna fly. We'll have you continue this game. You want to win against Battler, right? You want to win and make him surrender, right? You're almost there, aren't you? Am I right?
Don't ask me that. How the fuck would I know? But I have an opinion too. Let me say it.
You have opinions, bro?
This is a fight you picked. I'm prepared to settle this once and for all. I've come close to surrendering many times, but I've never had any intention of escaping partway through, leaving the match undecided. Since I'm here, showing the will to fight, you'd better not run away, Beatrice.
I agree.
Thank you, person who looks suspiciously familiar, but I will not recognize.
Yeah. Getting Battler involved and then leaving without giving him victory or defeat is just too irresponsible.
Suddenly, even Gretel was there, and everyone was calling Beato irresponsible.
Oh. It seems I'm mostly being called irresponsible because Battler will, as my opponent, be stuck. In that case, Battler, will you step down from being an opponent, as I shall? That way I will have done nothing worthy of criticism.
If I step down, will I be able to leave Rokkenjima?
There's no chance you'll be able to leave. Just be covered in dust and let it pile up on your shoulders. Quit fooling around. What an irresponsible person. You've killed such a large number of people. On top of that, using a witch's power, you've done it over and over. Killing in gruesome ways. I definitely won't let you escape without taking responsibility.
Also, who's the one person Angie wouldn't allow herself to blame for what happened?
Battler?
Battler. The one person who she has, like, unwavering adoration for.
Responsibility. Oh, what is it I should do to take this so-called responsibility? Fight until a resolution is reached. Battler will sit in the chair across from you, never giving up and fighting until he beats you. So you two, fight until you're defeated. If you don't like that, try and defeat Battler. I won't forgive you if you abandon everything unresolved and abandon Battler in this chair, locking him up and never letting him return. I won't forgive you.
Gretel. To be perfectly honest, I didn't really understand from what standpoint Gretel was trying to save me, but in her words, I could feel a strong determination to save me from this insane game world, no matter what. So I responded in kind. Beato, face me. I am here. Now. Across
that was pretty funny.
Thank you. All of our Neil Brainiacs in the audience will really appreciate that one. Across from you, in the seat of your rival. Get it? As long as I continue to sit here, I won't allow you to escape. So don't escape. Fight. Isn't this a fight you started? You did all that crap over and over, making a complete mess of things. How could I let you end it because you're tired after all this time? I am your opponent. As long as I am here, I will not let you escape. Are you listening, you irresponsible witch? Try saying something. After I yelled at her, Beato went silent for a while. Whether my words had reached her or whether she was thinking about something completely different, I couldn't tell. But for a while, she was silent, gazing at me with an expression I could read no emotion from. And when she'd realized that I'd noticed, she averted her gaze. Then she turned her back to me and said this.
So, since Battler will not quit as my opponent, the ladies are saying that my abandonment of this game will not be acknowledged. In that case, let's ask. Let's see if the man over there was qualified to be my opponent in the first place. Qualified?
Probably has something to do with that test or whatever just now. What? Ugh, you're making me think so much. What are you planning to do?
Don't tell me you're... I will now determine whether or not you are qualified to be my opponent.
You're the one who fucking invited him. What the actual hell?
Ready, Battler? If those qualifications are acknowledged, I will stay in my seat and continue the game. And I shall promise to fight for all eternity until the outcome is decided.
I was ready for that from the beginning.
However, if you are not qualified, you must disappear. If the opponent disappears, there is no game. I can leave this place openly. Are the ladies satisfied? Interruptions will not be necessary.
Whatever. Go ahead, do as you like.
Battler! You make sure you answer well.
The very reason I'm here is because I'm qualified, right? There's nothing to be scared of.
You couldn't be.
Gretel grew suddenly pale. I thought her to be the calm, collected type, so that expression surprised me. So, one unresolved thing we had with Angie.
Yeah?
What the fuck did she see that unnerved her so much that no one else could?
Wait, when?
A couple episodes ago, last time we were in 1998.
Oh, the last time we saw her.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah?
What if there was another survivor of Rokkenjima? And she somehow recognized them in that instant.
Oh. What if she saw fucking Battler?
Yeah.
Oh.
What if she saw Battler?
Holy fuck.
Battler who is somehow still alive. Because they never found bodies.
Yeah.
But Battler who had somehow gotten out of this. I mean, the way other people were reacting, that wouldn't quite make sense because they were like, whoa, I don't see anything over there.
Mm-hmm.
But it could just be like they were trying to look beyond whatever person was standing there.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, what? Behind that dude? I don't see anything. Sorry.
Interesting. Interesting theory.
I don't know if I'm committed to it, but it's an option.
Well then, Battler, I shall have you repeat it in red.
Since when do I have to... Since when do I get to repeat stuff in red?
I mean, you thought in red like 20 minutes ago. Fuck.
You're telling me to repeat something? Damn, you stealing my signature move. But can I use the red truth too? How?
If you wish for it to be that way, you can do it.
It's really been that easy?
It's easy.
My name is Ushiromia Battler. Holy fuck! We just kind of dropped the whole blue text pretense, didn't we, too?
Or did we?
Whoa, pretty cool.
Stop it.
What do you mean?
I know what you're after. But stop that. He's...
When Gretel yelled, Beato glared at her. Wait, he just said he's Ushiromia Battler in red.
Yeah? Yeah?
Interesting. That would... Then her form was wiped away in an instant.
Shut up. Leave your seat for a while. You two ladies, if you interfere, I will not hold back.
You won't get in the way. Go ahead. Do as you like.
Burn, this is bad. She's trying to erase Battler.
What's that? She's trying to do what? What? What's she planning? What?
Well then, I shall question your qualifications. Interesting. Attack and defense are reversed from a normal game. This is a very precious experience coming at the very, very end. Ready? Listen carefully. I will speak with the red first. I am the Golden Witch, Beatrice, and I opened this game in order to fight Ushiromia Kinzo's grandchild, Ushiromia Battler.
I know that. So what?
Repeat it. Ushiromia Battler's mother is Ushiromia Asumu.
In what sense do we mean mother? What? Why is mom's name popping up all of a sudden?
I do not require chatter, just repeat it in red.
Beato urged me with the same indifferent tone, but I don't have a clue what she's trying to do. I have absolutely nothing to feel guilty for that would trouble me if thrown in my face, and there's nothing that I'm hiding. There's nothing that could trouble me by demanding that I repeat it. So why do something like this? Sure, I'll repeat it. Ushiromia Battler's mother is Ushiromia Asumu. The red sure is convenient. No need to bother myself with bringing a copy of the family register.
Idle chatter is unnecessary. Let's continue. Your name is Ushiromia Battler.
I already said that one. Sure, my name is Ushiromia Battler.
It was from Ushiromia Asumu that Ushiromia Battler was born.
It was from Ushiromia Asumu that Ushiromia Battler was born.
It was from Ushiromia Asumu that you were born.
So he is also named Battler, but is not...
What the fuck? Oh my god, are there two battlers? Maybe more!
Because he was able to say he was Ushiromia Battler, which means that is his name as he understands it.
Oh. Holy
But he
fuck.
is not the Battler that was born from Asumu. Which means there are two Battlers, maybe more.
Okay, going out on a limb here. Battler Triss theory.
Remember how we were suspecting that if there was one person who was not who you purported to be, it would probably be Battler?
Yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
His name is Ushiromia Battler, but he's not Battler.
Interesting.
Oh, fuck yeah! It was from Ushiromia... Huh? At that time, my throat suddenly closed. So he couldn't say Ushiromia Asumu.
Yeah.
He could get as far as Ushiromia, so he was still born from someone in the family, but not from Asumu.
Is he Kyrie's kid?
Was she named Ushiromia? Oh, she is.
What if
And?
Rudolph got 2 ladies pregnant at the same time.
Okay.
And the actual Ushiromiya battler, who was Asumu's kid, died. And somehow they got switched or some shit. I don't fucking know here. I'm way out on a limb. None of this
one
makes
of them
sense.
died either like right after birth or what.
Yeah.
And then he was brought in, and then he was like, well, I guess this one counts now.
Yeah.
At that time,
Fuck.
my throat suddenly closed. I was rapidly assaulted with a choking suffocation. What's going on? One more time. It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that I was born. Damn it. It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that I was born. What the hell? Even though I was doing it so easily a second ago, I suddenly stopped being able to get the red to work?
Do you refuse to repeat it?
I'm not refusing anything! It's not working for some reason! It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that I was born. Why? Damn it, why can't I use the red? What the hell?
Ugh.
My mom is Ushiromiya Asumu, right? Why can't I say that fact in red? He could say that in red. He couldn't say that he was born from her in red.
Yeah.
So she's still his mother figure, but what's going on? This is.
If you try to forcefully speak red that cannot be spoken, you choke. There is no need to strain yourself. Allow me to use the aforementioned facts to press you in blue. Do you remember? The blue is used to proclaim a theory for the opponent to deny. They are then burdened with the responsibility of denying that in red, and if they do not, it becomes your victory. Then let us begin.
Oh God.
Due to my previous demand to repeat and your subsequent refusal, I proclaim that you are not qualified to be my opponent. After all, Beatrice opened this game in order to fight with Ushiromiya Kinzo's grandchild, Ushiromiya Battler.
Wouldn't that still describe him? Because he was still able to say that was his name, and he still was able to say he was his grandchild.
Yeah, I don't know. This gave you the responsibility as my opponent to declare in red that you are Ushiromiya Kinzo's grandchild, Ushiromiya Battler. You have refused to repeat that.
He didn't refuse to repeat that.
Yeah,
he didn't
hasn't.
refuse to repeat that.
This means the loss of your qualifications. Deny something about that in red, quickly!
Sure. I am Ushiromiya Battler. Because I can say that in red, I should be your opponent.
It may be a fact that you have the name Ushiromiya Battler. However, people's names are not exclusive.
Yes!
There is a possibility that multiple humans have the name Ushiromiya Battler.
Sorry, I just got really excited for a moment.
In short, this is what it means. You are a different person with the same first and last names as Ushiromiya Asumu's son, Ushiromiya Battler.
What the fuck are you saying? Don't be so stupid. I'm Mom's child, Ushiromiya Asumu's child. It was from Ushiromiya Asumu. Damn it, why? Why can't I say that I was born from Mom? How could something so stupid be true?
No need to suffer. I will not toy with you. This is checkmate. You are not Ushiromiya Asumu's son.
What?
But if he just says he's his dad's son, that'll probably be fine if that's true. Which I think it is.
You're kidding me.
Who are you? What person calling themselves Ushiromiya Battler?
Wait a second. I am Ushiromiya Battler. It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that I was born, and I'm Dad and Mom's son.
No, there's no way that you're my opponent, Ushiromiya Battler, with this as proof.
Proof, you say?
You do not know of that sin 6 years ago.
That's...
No, the true Ushiromiya Battler would not have committed a sin. But a sin did occur in the end. That span of 6 years became a blank space, and a man who knew nothing of that time took on the name Ushiromiya Battler and appeared on Rokkenjima. That truth goes like this. 6 years ago, my opponent, the true Ushiromiya Battler, was already dead.
Did we get this?
You were part of a plot by Rudolph having something to do with distribution of the inheritance. A body double set up in Ushiromiya Battler's place.
How could something that stupid be true?
I don't believe it. I don't believe
That's so ridiculous. I don't believe it's as Beto is laying it out, but I absolutely believe. It seems pretty conclusive now that our theory that Battler is not Battler.
I don't know. I think Battler is Battler, but is not Asumu's son. I think Battler is Battler. I think that it's been very specifically pushed to make him question if he's Asumu's son, and not if he's his dad's son.
Yep.
Battler! Get a hold of yourself!
Well, if you can't counter back, then I guess there's nothing more to do. Battler did not possess that qualification. That's just how it is. Anyway, let's all go get drinks.
Are you okay with that, Burn? If you accept that, you'll lose too, right?
Won't you win? Are you taking Battler's side?
Ah!
What a shame, Battler. What a real shame that you didn't have the qualifications to be Beatrice's opponent. I was careless myself, betting on a non-qualified piece. It is my utter defeat, Beatrice.
There is no victory or defeat. The opponent will simply disappear. Or perhaps I should say that he was never there to begin with.
But then, dude, what? Who am I? Am I not Dead Mom's kid? Who am I? What? What am I? If I'm not Mom's kid, then what, you saying I'm a kid they picked up somewhere like a stray cat?
If that is the case, it would mean you do not share Kinzo's blood. Either way, you are not qualified to compete in this game.
Why would it matter then if he's not Asumu's kid? It would matter if he wasn't his dad's kid. Yeah, you're right. That's
true. But she's very specifically phrasing it in that way.
Yep.
And not the other, and then bringing up the you don't remember your sin. She's not convinced that Battler is who he says he is, and is advancing one specific line, and Battler isn't seeing his counterattack because he's busy having an identity breakdown.
Yeah. You're kidding me. You're kidding me!
Enough. From the very beginning, I was faintly aware of the possibility that you weren't Ushiromiya Battler. So I had to question you. I had to ask about something the real Battler would have known. What a shame. I even bet on the 1 in a quadrillion chance of a miracle that you might really be Ushiromiya Battler. But it seems you really are a different person with the same first and last names.
Bit by bit, Battler's form began to be clouded in darkness. No, maybe it was the other way around. The whole world was clouded in darkness, leaving only Battler. Battler was down on all fours, hanging his head and repeatedly questioning himself. However, he was not given an answer. In the world stained with darkness, Beato spoke something, and Lambda Delta ran quickly up to him, yelling something very quickly, but it already seemed very far away and it didn't reach Battler's ears. Then he, not knowing who he himself was, erased himself.
What the fuck?
Alright, GG. Thanks for watching,
Battler! Now my opponent has disappeared. Well then, if you'll excuse me, and ladies, you should get ready for your journey. No more festivities have been prepared for in my territory. It was good seeing you. Goodbye.
Without saying anything more, she clouded her own form in darkness as well, and disappeared.
Are you okay with this? Battler disappeared, right? I know how much you hate losing. Are you really okay with this?
Weren't you betting on my defeat? Good for you, then. Woo. Congratulations, Lambda. Yay.
Wait.
You did it. Woo. Let's meet again in some other world, okay? Have a nice time. See you. Now, this is a world of endless fragments. The chances of us having some connection again somewhere are probably less than 1 in a quadrillion. Anyway, it was fun. Shoot me an email. Bye-bye.
They haven't invented that yet. No. Wait up, Burn.
Chasing after Burncastle, who had disappeared first, Lambda Delta disappeared as well. After that, everyone was gone, and the study was now completely empty. It returned to silence, almost as though no one had been there from the outset. No one was here in the first place. The silent study spoke that wordlessly, and the sound of the wind and rain began to fill the room bit by bit. In a world where everything had sunk into darkness, Beato questioned herself.
As I thought from the very beginning, magic should only have been used within Mariage Sorcière.
Team so. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Everyone do the Kramer applause. Woo! We're all so happy for Maria. Thank you. Thank you. Seems so. I also thought that with Angie.
Witch's alliance is you and I. It started with those two. Including other people was our first mistake.
It's just so fun. We wanted to add someone close to us in that circle. And we wish the Witches Alliance would get really large, that everyone would be able to use fun magic together, and that we'd all be happy.
However, only you and I were able to understand magic after all.
We are the only 2 witches in this world who were brought together by a miracle. And now as long as I have Beto, I don't need anyone else.
Me too. As long as you are here, I don't need anyone else anymore.
In the very first moment the Mariage Sorcière was performed, it was already complete.
That is so. That is truly so.
It was once a witches' alliance to make everyone happy together with magic. I wonder when it got this screwed up. What did I want to do when I started this game? I can't really remember even that. No, I may remember. That's a feeling I now wish to throw away for the far side of oblivion.
What if Battler's sin was they tried to get him in on their witch play thing, and he was like, nah, there's no such thing as witches. What are you talking about?
And he just doesn't remember it because it's so inconsequential to him.
Yeah.
Huh, maybe. That'd be pretty anticlimactic, but I could see it. I could absolutely see that, yeah. Wait, Maria would have been like 3. Yeah, no, Maria would have been 3.
No, Maria would have been 3, but the other person who is Beatrice wouldn't have been.
Oh, so you mean like maybe Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still aboard Shannon Triss theory.
Okay. I'll be over here back in Godatrice.
Okay.
Hashtag Godatrice.
I think it's Maria? Is it?
It's okay. Why not forget everything? Well, let's have a Mariage Sorcière for just the 2 of us. We'll acknowledge each other, no one will hurt us, so we won't be hurt. We won't cry. Let's forget everything. Hey, Beto. We are the Eternal.
Maria.
That certainly makes it sound like Beato was Maria.
I don't know.
She's got Maria's affectation there.
I don't know.
Damn. We're still not done with this chapter?
Holy fuck.
What the fuck else could there be?
So much. Battler vanished. He got come back still.
Does he?
Yeah.
What if he doesn't?
He does though.
What if I have to retire this voice for the entire rest of the Let's Play?
We have to fulfill my theory that I stated like 2 chapters ago that he'll win the game in chapter 4. We have to.
Okay. We'll do
Why
that.
is there jazz? That's why.
All right, see you next time.
Next time.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.